Hey, correct me if I'm wrong, but it looked like your team that showed up in Carolina on Saturday night. What I mean was it was a team that was hard to play against. Defensively, it looked like they were much more sound and going up against a team that's vying for the President's Trophy, by the way. They were packed in front of the goaltender. They were sweeping away rebounds to make sure Elvis didn't have to face more than one shot at a time. When you looked at that game, how did you feel about the way your team played it?
Yeah, I thought we did a lot of good things, and both offensively too. We created 18 scoring chances. We haven't done that in a while. We've played well against that team all year long. I know our record. We like our record a little bit be better, but we played pretty well defensively. I thought our back end was really good, and then when we played in fives, we were connected all through the ice. The only, the bad the 5-on-3, we just need to develop more there in the third period tie game. We need to get something there, and we don't, and I think that cost us a point.
Yeah, the funny thing about that is that power play has actually been skating with a lot more confidence here in the last couple of weeks, don't you think?
Yeah, they've entered the zone better, made some good plays. It's moved the puck pretty well, but that 5-on-3, we're just way too deliberate in moving. We're just too slow moving the puck to really get them to moving out of position and trying to get a scoring chance.
And again, the one thing that hampers you, well, it's all part of what you're talking about. You only get one goal in the game. Max Domi did get the goal. Believe it or not, that's the only one he scored on the road all year long. But I wanted to ask you about him. Beginning of the year, he was a centerman. We thought he was going to, fix some of the problems that you had. You ended up moving him to the wing for a long time. Now he's back in the middle. What do you think of him this time around in the middle of the ice?
He's playing better. He's playing better offensively. His legs are moving more consistently. That's been a big drawback in his game this year, is he just was not moving his legs. Still learning positioning defensively, which is a very important part of the center ice position in our end zone to help us get out and just to handle coverages. So I think he's trending up as far as his overall play.
Has he played better since those back-to-back healthy scratches, in your opinion?
God, I don't even remember. I don't even remember when they were. And
Yes, you do. They were They were at the beginning of that road trip in Florida because it happened in Dallas.
Yeah. Well, I'm not sure if it's because of that. I just think he's just been more consistent as far as wanting the puck, taking people on, and just his legs. The most important part of his game is his energy, and he's brought more energy because he's skating.
Yeah, the only reason I ask that is because sometimes it is a wake-up call. And remember, he had taken those bad penalties in 2 out of 3 games. And, sometimes as humans, we need to be reminded, get it together and do what you do best. And I asked you that because I feel like he has played better ever since you put him back in the lineup.
If it helped, it helped. I'm just glad. I'm glad he's playing better. That's been a good line for us, Bobby, with him, Robbie, and Borky. And who would have thunk that we'd have that? But that's been a pretty good line for us here the past few games.
Yeah, once again, that goes to all the people that complain how much you change lines. You'd never find that combination if you didn't do it.
Yeah.
I have a question for you. Actually, somebody asked me a question. A fan asked me a question, and I want to put it to you after I was thinking about it. They were comparing Alexander Texier and Emil Bemstrom. In fact, the question that was put to me was, why do I favor Texier over Bemstrom? Because when he brought up all the advanced analytics and they all matched up a lot. But, you and I are in the same boat with that. I go more with the eye test. But, I feel Texier, he came in here great, and he played with a great team 2 years ago when he came in and he had early success. This year, you've asked him to do a lot. You put him in the middle. He's trying to learn that position. I think that so if there's a lack of production, to me, I'm quick to say, well, put a lot more on this guy's plate. Bemstrom, although he looked pretty good the other night, he's snake bitten when it comes to scoring goals. When you look at those two guys, do you compare them at all in the way they play, in the upside that they have?
Well, I think they both have upside. I don't compare them as far as how they play. They're playing two different positions, and it's quite a difference playing center ice versus wing as far as what we've asked Tex to do. I think Tex is going to be a guy once he starts playing with a little bit more poise with the puck. He's so intense and so wrapped up with the puck and how quick his hands are. He's going to slow his game down a little bit. I think he's going to be able to be a distributor. I think that's going to be a very important part of his game, is to give and go. If he tries to beat so many people one-on-one, if he gives it and jumps with his legs the way he can skate, he's going to get more opportunities that way. And he's going to learn that give and go game. Bemmer's a winger, has done really well defensively. He's really learned that part of the game, which is the most difficult part. But as you said, we need him to score goals. Tex is going to be a little bit of both. I think he's going to score some goals, but I think he's going to be a penalty killer. He's going to distribute pucks. He's going to make people better. I think Bemmer can move a puck, but the biggest thing for him is we need him to get him to score some goals. We need to get him some confidence in scoring goals, maybe in 2 or 3 straight games. And then I think we'll see what his potential is as a goal scorer. He's going to be on that dot in the power play, where Patty is right now. That's Bemmer's spot too. But he's had opportunities. He's had chances to score goals. He has just not been able to finish.
Yeah, and just to prove how snake-bitten he's been, the other day in Carolina, there's a wide open net, and the defenseman makes a kick save on him, so he can't catch a break.
Yeah, and he's I feel for him. He comes to the bench and he's just shaking his head because he knows he needs something good to happen for him to start scoring some goals, and then I think he'll just play. And he played good though, Bobby. I like that line. Grigorenko had a couple of chances. And Jack distributed the puck. Jack was a really good offensive player. I like the line. They're going to stay together tonight.
When you look at that kid's very short NHL career, I feel like he started behind the 8 ball because he comes in after Panarin leaves, and there's a lot of talk about his shot and what he's offensively capable of doing, and then he struggles, and now it just kind of builds. And then just because of the contract that he signed, you can't send him to the American Hockey League, which I'm a huge proponent of guys going and figuring it out and coming back. It's just kind of, in some ways I look at it like it's unfair. Then again, it is what it is. It's a contract you signed. You got to be able to figure it out. And the other thing about Bemstrom is, and tell me if you agree with this, physically, should he not be watching Oliver Bjorkstrand to figure out how to battle along the wall and hold on to the puck the same way Bjorkstrand did watching Artemi Panarin?
Yeah, they had a front row seat, as I've always said, with Panarin here for a couple of years, one of the best in the business. And Breadman is skating at about $170. He's a 170-pound player. Bemmer has a stronger core than Borky. Borky has figured out just how to do it with his willingness, and I think it's really helped his game. So yeah, there's a great example there that's skating with him right now is Bjorkstrand. Bemmer's a little bit bigger, I think, in that midsection. I think Bemmer's going to be fine. It's just been a little bit longer road. You can't give up on him. You got to keep trying to develop him. And the biggest thing is between his ears. He's just got to gain some confidence.
When you look at Oliver Bjorkstrand, how much personal pride do you have in the kind of player that this guy has become? And I know you don't take credit for all of it, but good Lord, you rode this guy and put him in spots where he was uncomfortable until he became comfortable and helped him to become the guy that he is right now.
Yeah, well, it's part of my job, to try to, you put a guy through that type of process. And as whenever we talk about this, I just think about all the conversations Yarmo and I had while we were going through this, where Yarmo wanted him right now there in spots. And I said, you know what, let's just be patient here. He's got a lot to learn. And he was scratched. He was a 4th line guy, Bobby. He was bounced around all over the place. And I have a tremendous amount of respect for him. And because he didn't say a peep. He wasn't pissing and moaning. His agent wasn't calling because he wasn't playing, which happens quite a bit in our game. Agents get involved. Not a word from him. He just took it, tried to get better. And I think took it upon himself that, and once he started seeing some benefit as far as how hard he started to play and he had the puck more, I think that's when he really bought in. So part of my job to lead him down that road, he's the one that has to do it. So he deserves a ton of credit as far as how he's turned himself into a player.
And when you were doing all of that with him, this is in the stretch where you've got good players, you're going to the playoffs 4 years in a row. As a coach, is it more difficult to develop with a team that is not going to the playoffs than it is with a good team that is going to the playoffs? And what I mean is, I think people get the impression that, there's a lot more ice time so you can take guys and plug them in. But man, when you plug guys in with a team that is clicking and then they can have that success, and you talked about that confidence, like with Bemstrom, you get that a lot more quickly. Is it easier to develop that way?
Yeah, to develop people, to be in a winning atmosphere and be in a strong locker room, that helps you so much quicker to develop a guy because you're getting pressure from them. You're getting input from the players. It's not always the coach to the player, it's player to player, which is more important. And you have more examples when you're having some success. And yeah, there's no question. And I think it's important for your minor league team. You remember Oliver was the leading scorer when they won the Calder Cup down there, scored the winning goal. He went through the process down there too. And I just think all that stuff being surrounding him has helped him. And now he has the right foundation. This is my argument when you start getting involved with, how a general manager thinks is you want to get the foundation set and just get it set and strong so the player doesn't bounce back and forth, or he's got to come back down and learn a little bit of this. Get it to the right way, take your time, wait your turn, and then you become a player. And now he's rock solid as a National Hockey League.
Yeah, because when that confidence, once you start bouncing back and forth, and
yeah, it plays with your head. Yeah, it plays with your head.
Yeah, I mean, I was down there for 10 years. I would see guys be high as a kite when they left, and they would come back lower than dirt. And then, and the other part about that is too, once that happens to you, and you just talked about this with Oliver, it is mindset, right? It's all, if you give up on yourself, you may never play another game in the National Hockey League.
Yeah, the mind, how I feel about it. We've talked about it a lot. The mind is such an important part of athletes in any sport, as far as how strong you are there. To have it transform into what you do physically.
All right, your lineup tonight. I think you said Ryan McInnes is coming out. Who else is coming out of your lineup?
Mac is coming out. Stefan Matteau is coming out. Dalby goes in, and Patty goes in.
So, and it'll be nice to have Patrick Laine back in there. For all of his offensive struggles, I bet you would have liked to have him in a 5-on-3.
Yeah. But we still had some pretty good people out there. We were just so deliberate in moving the puck. Sometimes when you have so much ice, it's like you just kind of there's not enough urgency to it, and I just don't think but Max did have a couple of chances, shot one wide. Jonesy had a one-timer that almost went through early on in that 5-on-3. I don't think it's a great chance. I thought quicker puck movement may have opened up some more ice for us.
Last thing, because you just made me think of it, we were talking about Laine. Not having him there, even though he has struggled offensively and he's not a feed the puck to him and he scores kind of guy, not having him in the lineup the other night, when you take out a guy like that, does that force everybody else to play a little bit more gritty, to play a little bit more of your style?
Yeah, we played really well as a team. We did. I liked a lot of the players. I thought everybody contributed. We blocked some shots. I think we had 20 plus block shots. First time in quite a while, we developed 18, 19 scoring chances, held them to 14. I liked our game, but we had a chance to win it, as we talked about, that 5-on-3, and we just don't get it done. And I thought Elvis made some key saves at key times. Like, he made a great pad save in the third period when it's still 1-1. That was a great save. Wasn't as busy as he's usually, but he made key saves at key times.
Must have been the pants.
I like the pants. I like the uni. Yeah, the coaches would tell me that when I went out there, I liked the uni. I thought they looked sharp.
I do agree with that. What I liked about it was you're playing a team that was in all red, and then you didn't have any red on. I thought it was a nice contrast.
Yeah. I'm not that deep of it, Bobby. I don't think that deeply. I just like the blue.
Were the players pushing for that? I heard that's how that all started, because the players liked that look, or they thought it would be better. Now they're fashion consultants.
I think there's upstairs. I'm not sure if they wanted to use them or whatever. I'm not sure who makes the decision. But I went on the ice. I thought we looked sharp, and I thought it helped us play better. Better pants, play better.
Are you going to wear them tonight, or are you going back to the red then?
Oh, no, I'm not in charge of that.
Above your pay grade on that one, Torts?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
All right. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Best of luck tonight. I will talk to you before the final game of the year on Saturday.
Okay, Bobby. Be well.